The South African International Ballet Competition wants to include more black dancers. This year's competition has been postponed because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but the panel discussions will continue. Several South African ballerinas dancing internationally will be on panels. Ballet teacher Charmaine Hunter joins me from Orlando, Florida, in the US now for more. Very good evening to you. I don't know what the time is there, but I'm sure it's a little earlier than it is here. Charmaine, tell us about inclusion in the dance industry. How inclusive is it?
Well, thank you for having me, first off. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here.
Thank you.
How is the inclusivity in the United States, in the U.S.? It's beginning to get better. I'm saying that we're getting more traction because of the recent developments with the George Floyd verdict, and everything that's coming up with having the pandemic, everybody being home, and everyone seeing exactly what's going on with, people of color and whether it's politics or just the arts. We are getting better. The request is being heard.
I've been lucky enough to see Elvin Ailey dance in London and Washington, D.C. Amazing. So you've got this black-dominated dance troupe. Why has it been so hard when you have such an important presence on stage? Why has it been so hard to bring it up to and I know you touched on inclusivity, but where is it lacking?
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Are we talking about modern dance? Or are we talking about just classical ballet? Because there's a big difference.
Yeah.
In classical ballet, it was founded on people that are not brown or black people, and created by those that are not black people. So people of color were not in the thought process when developing this. So from the inception, it was without us being a part of it. So now the conversation's happening, and I think it's great. So to answer your question, because it was not started by or created with people of color in mind. So here we are having this wonderful talk about how can we make this more inclusive.
I was reading about, so there was a black dancer playing a swan and she was told to color her skin. I mean, is the problem with the audience or...
Yeah, wait a minute. Who are you? What was her name?
Beg your pardon?
What was her name? I'm sorry.
I don't have her name written down. Sorry. I basically took the top line, but I was just so shocked reading that, because I was also reading about how the color of pumps have been finally color coordinated in 2019. But I'm just wondering, does the problem come from the audience or those running the industry? I mean, surely there is demand for more color on stage, you'd think.
Of course there is a demand, because we, as the arts have to reflect our community. And so the community is not just made up of one race of people, right? Everyone comes to see, whether it's a modern company or a classical ballet company or a contemporary company, everyone comes to see this. So, and we're talking about more inclusion and expanding it to to schools, elementary schools, middle schools, high schools. Those young people are now coming to the theater, and they would like to see people that reflect them. As far as having tights that match your skin color, this is nothing new. That's not new. The Dance Theater of Harlem, Arthur Mitchell, the founder of Dance Theater of Harlem, had his company. I being a member of the company for 25 years, we wore brown tights. We wore tights that matched our skin color the entire time that I was a member of the company. This started back in 1968. So here we are in 2021 for it just to be now, I don't know if it's being accepted. It's just a reality, which should have been a reality since, the inception of dance. But Arthur Mitchell took it upon himself to make it so that the line of the body was reflective on the legs, which was, when ballet was created, the tights were pink to match, not that people were pink, but it matched closer to the skin color of those that were dancing. And that should apply to anyone that is a part of the arts. So the color on stage is all inclusive. It is reflective of everyone in the world.
Do you think there's a problem in getting the message out that anyone can dance? Male, females, doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter how much money you have, it's accessible to all.
It should be accessible to all. Is there a problem with that? No. I think we need to try harder at getting the message out so that everyone knows that it's there for you, for the taking. We now have lots of programs in elementary schools and preschools and middle schools where we're introducing the art of dance, after school programs, in school programs, you know, various arts integrated lessons where this is being introduced. And so, yeah, it's up to the companies, it's up to conservatories to now open the doors to embrace everyone. And maybe, you know, there is a little bit of, I shouldn't say a little bit, there's definitely an adjustment that needs to be made with conservatories so that when everyone comes in through the door, whether you're Asian, African-American, brown-skinned people, when you walk in the door, you feel as though you can thrive. And so the community, the culture in the schools are now being addressed, and that culture is to be embrace, warm, a warm environment, and teachers and dance educators look at all children that are in the class equally as interested in teaching them. So the notes apply to everybody, not just to one race of people. So that too, we're really working hard at making it so that everyone feels as though they can thrive.
Charmaine,
I was fortunate in a school that I was not the only. Being at Dance Theater of Harlem School, we had everyone that was representative in at Dance Theater of Harlem. So, yeah, we had amazing people, and they were from all over the world.
Charmaine Hunter, it's really lovely speaking to you. It's such a beautiful art form. Thank you.